Hi guys, before we get started on today's episode, we want to share with you our free series of tips on getting more visibility using your social media. We've been hearing a lot about how wedding businesses are really struggling with their social media at the minute and the posts just don't seem to be working for them. So we're sharing a series of tips running from Monday the 13th of June to Friday the 17th of June, and you'll need to be in our Facebook group, the Wedding Business Hub, to get hold of those. Roll credits.
Welcome to the WedPro podcast, the show for wedding professionals and business owners.
Each month, we bring you top industry experts, business chat and hints and tips to grow your business.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Roxy.
Welcome to the WedPro podcast.
Hi, welcome back to today's episode.
Welcome.
It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Because you've been on holiday. How was it? I'm glad to have you back and returning, so I can share some of our workload between us.
The Monday morning meeting was like, it was a big one this morning. I was like, right, give me the update. No, the holiday was really good. So basically we went camping in a field in Wales, which is always like exciting. I know how much you love camping, Kate.
Not for me. It is not for me.
But the weather was, oh my God, the weather was so kind. I've got such a tan. People are like, have you been away abroad? I haven't. I've been in a field in Wales. Living my best
Well,
life.
the weather was kind to you, wasn't it? I did think that when we were here. The weather was kind. But yeah, like you say, the meeting this morning, it was kind of on a Monday what we do. And if you don't do this in your business, I would definitely recommend. Obviously, there's the two of us, isn't there? So there's information that we need to share between ourselves. But we used to do this in the bridal shop. I've done this in my businesses and past businesses before. It's just to sit in a reflection and planning goals and setting out what you want to get done in the week. So we do that on a Monday morning, don't we? We talk about where we are. We set goals for the week. We set goals maybe for the month, or we take account of where we are. This morning's meeting was a little bit more different. You've been away on
I've took pages and pages of notes. I'm like, okay.
It was kind of like a catch-up. It was kind of like, this is what happened in the short week you were gone.
And it's 6 pages long. No.
Hell, I've been working hard. What can we do?
She's been working.
Also, Love Island is back. Have we caught up with Love Island yet?
I'm not starting it. I'm not doing it this year. I haven't got time.
I always do like 2 to see. In any kind of new show that I watch, I kind of do 2, and if it's not gripped me by the end of 2, it's done.
Are you in? Are you watching it?
Yeah. I think it's one of those shows that you could, and this is what I love about reality TV. This is kind of my self-care. I talk about this quite a lot. Is I kind of find programs where you need like a 40% concentration level to kind of get through it. My kind of chill time before bed.
I am fully on Selling Sunset, and I know that you've finished that, and I've just started ahead of me with like series in Netflix. I'm always seems like catching my tail.
But if you're somebody at home listening and thinking, oh, I never really seem to switch my mind off, my mind's kind of in overdrive, I've definitely been like that, and you've had this as well, haven't you, Roxy, where you go to bed and boom, idea, or you're processing your day. I highly recommend trash TV for switching that off.
Yes.
Mahoosively, and this isn't mahoosively, there's a word that's never going to catch on. But about 3 years ago, I discovered this, kind of watching just kind of mind numbing. You don't really have to follow along.
Viewing TV is, it's just brilliant. It requires no effort. Some people are like, why don't you try reading a book before bed or whatever? That's too, like, no, just sit, watch the TV, take in the trash.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think, going back to my point on Love Island, this year's Love Island, I do genuinely think at the minute I could miss it for a week and still not feel like I'd missed a single thing. I could catch back up. So that's the kind of TV. Love Island is back. This is not a shout out for Love Island at all, but like all is well in the world. The sun is on the way. So quite the focus on social media at the minute, isn't it? Like algorithm changes. There's always a flipping algorithm change, or there's always something going on Instagram. And today it's going to be all about like kind of our tips and tricks to booking weddings using Instagram.
We've got you guys, we've got you. Doesn't matter whether there's one algorithm change or 10 or whatever, stick with us.
We'll give you kind of the ways in which we get leads from Instagram and what we do and what now we teach. But it wasn't always like this, and I think it's important to kind of go back as to how we in the bridal shop got started with Instagram, and just to kind of give those listening kind of like a little bit of a head point, because I think people kind of come into the game and think we were always fantastic at social media. Well, we started at the same point as everybody else, didn't we? Like,
we started at the bottom.
And on Facebook, we kind of grew a community on Facebook, and then kind of Instagram was getting some traction, and Instagram was kind of a photo sharing social media channel that was like, hey, we're in a pretty industry, we should be smashing this over here, let's go and take a look at Instagram. And I think I'm right in thinking that we were kind of like naive in the sense that we took what we were kind of doing on Facebook. We've got all of these like pretty things in our shop. I'm talking beautiful dresses, accessories, bridesmaid dresses, very Instagram worthy, Instagrammable content, right?
Yeah.
And then it was just going to be a case of one bam, thank you ma'am, getting it out there, boom, we'd go
pretty image, lovely jubbly, thank you very much.
And didn't really work like that, did it? Not at all. And that's where we kind of were like, okay, what's going on with this? It's not working as well as Facebook was working in terms of bringing in leads and bookings and more bookings to our wedding business. And so we kind of set about, didn't we, learning everything we could about Instagram, learning everything we knew and bringing that with the marketing knowledge that we knew and what we were doing on Facebook to kind of come up with a strategy that's seen us through kind of 10 years of our business. And now we use this strategy inside of the business that we run in now, and we teach it and work with multiple wedding businesses in order for them to be able to bring into leads using their Instagram as well. So we've been where you are. Don't just kind of think, oh my word, like these girls have got marketing backgrounds, you know. We've learned everything through doing it ourselves. We've made the mistakes. We're here to say, don't do that. Come and try this. Learn from what we've done. Don't just think, hey, I've got a pretty product. I'm in a pretty industry. I'm just going to be able to share the stuff on social media. And actually, this is similar across the board. I was at a family get-together last week, and there's quite a few self-employed people in my family. And one of them, part of his business, he makes like timber frames for houses, but he also makes like timber like statues and beautiful like garden pieces and furniture. And he was saying to me, oh really, like I've got such an Instagrammable product, we should be doing really well on Instagram, and it's purely for the fact that they haven't looked at their strategy. And that's the stuff we're going to bring to you today. You've probably got something beautiful. We work in a beautiful industry. Let's get everything talking together. All the tips and tricks for you to look at more bookings using Instagram.
Using Instagram. And everything we're going to teach you and talk about today, it's nothing that none of you can't do, honestly. We, like we said, we started from the bottom and we've learned and we've worked our way up, and doesn't matter where you are in kind of your business journey, always things to learn on Instagram, always.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we kind of need to think about early on is follower engagement, and posting on Instagram comes in a kind of variety of ways, isn't it? But always we kind of need to be thinking about that engagement factor on Instagram. That's what is going to get your content seen by more people. And that engagement factor, funny word in the industry that we work, but engagement in terms of
always makes me smile.
In terms of social media, all the those likes, comments, read more, clicks on your stories, forward tapping through your stories, reels, that sort of stuff. But when people engage with your posts, one of the things to really bear in mind is, and we've bashed on about this for a long time, so maybe this is, you kind of already understand this, is that when your post receives engagement, that post is then pushed out to more people. And one of the things to kind of think about in terms of this industry is, yes, you're trying to get in front of couples, brides, grooms, who are getting married, but it is likely that if they are getting married, that their friendship circle and the people that they kind of mix with are going to be getting married near future. And we had this strategy, not only with our social media strategy, in terms of the bridal shop, but in terms of retargeting bridesmaids, didn't we? So we kind of knew that usually we would see bridesmaids come through as brides way after kind of the original prospect had come. So it's kind of like a trickle down effect, isn't it? Like, you're capitalizing not just on the couple that you're marketing with, but kind of thinking of them as like a full social circle of the people kind of getting to know and liking your business.
I'm a client that we are currently working with. We are really focusing on, getting engagement, and one way that we've been doing that is on stories and really getting the conversation going, not just with the bride, but with like the bride tribe, the bridesmaids, the mother of the bride. And it's a great way, like you say, of it trickling through.
Yeah, 100%. And one of those things that is a really good way to kind of get that out in terms of that is kind of feature those clients on your account, because that's a great way to kind of attract new clients as well, because often then your post is going to be shared and sent around that person's circle of friends and family. And that's like a really great way that you can get word of mouth recommendations. So in terms of your posting schedule, not just to your grid, but also to your stories as well, start to think of incorporating clients that you're working with now, but also your past clients as well, because this makes very shareable content, doesn't it?
Oh, doesn't it? Like when we used to share, brides that have then got married, they're going to reshare that, aren't they? Like, they're going to want to show that off, like, oh, look at me.
Yeah, and this doesn't have to be something that you kind of just do as soon as the wedding ends. This is kind of like a posting schedule now that you can kind of sit and think, we're heading into summer, we're heading into a busy season, to just incorporate that into your strategy going long term. Like, it doesn't have to just be the brides that you've worked with kind of immediately on their wedding day, at the end of their wedding day, as like a roundup and a thank you, but also something that you can just be incorporating in and resharing. Take those key dates, like we would take key dates down, wouldn't we? Like the anniversary date. Obviously go and do a little bit of social media stalking to just check that they're still together, because nothing's a given, but
great point.
But definitely like around the anniversary of their wedding, especially the first one, it's just lovely for the couple to be able to get that kind of unexpected and announcement, an unexpected post that makes them think about their wedding, and they're going to share that. Let's think. So let's talk content,
we love
and the kind of things to post. Right, okay, so one of the things about content, and one of the things that we talk about with our clients and the businesses that we work with going forward, is how are we going to differentiate you and your business compared to other people in your niche. And one of the ways that we can do this is by sharing snapshots of your day-to-day business life and popping this over in your stories as well. So whether it's grabbing a coffee on the way into the office, if you've got an office, whether you are showing a little bit of your editing process, whether you go and walk the dog in the morning, kind of showing snapshots of your life and the personal parts of your life that you are comfortable and happy sharing. Pop that in your stories, and that's going to create that connection with the couples and keep you like heads above other people, because people are looking for connections, aren't they?
They are, and it's a great way of showing that you are a real person, that you're not just a business, you're not a robot, and that you are relatable. Think about your ideal client. So when you're sat kind of, and I would recommend kind of brainstorming these ideas out rather than just posting on a whim. Think about the things that your ideal clients, what are they doing? Where Where are they going? What would they be interested in seeing from your business? Show the you in your business. It's really, really important to do that.
100%. And that's what kind of helps convert people from kind of just looking at an interpersonal business, that perhaps they kind of come across your business. And we know that couples are very good at researching. This is what they want to do. They want to make sure that their money is going to the people that they can trust. So if they're looking at you and you're a photographer, you can pretty much place a bet on you're not the only photographer that they're looking at and looking at their work. So it's how are you going to create that connection and stand out as well? Like, are you big on sustainability? What are the USPs and some bits of the behind the scenes of your day as well? And while we're talking about stories as well, this is a really great way to get engagement as well. Like, ask your audience, what do they want to see from you? Like, poll them. Works in two ways. Number one, like, it's really great market research, so you can use that to create a content strategy for your stories. So you might want to say, do you want to see more behind the scenes? Do you want to see more tips? Do you want to see more this and that? Do you want to see more past weddings? And that's really great for market research, and you should be utilizing that and going and having a look at the answers. Don't just post it and ghost. Go and look at the answers. But the second thing as well is it all counts as engagement.
Oh, it does. And as well, that opens up conversations, because if they're replying to you on your stories, that opens up a great opportunity to really build some know, like, and trust directly in the inbox space. And
isn't this a place where we close most of our clients in the DMs?
It is.
It is, and it took us a while to kind of get a hang of it.
Like, hold on a minute, yeah.
Get a hang of the strategy. But we kind of, I don't know how many of you that might be listening might be able to relate to this. Like, we're putting stuff on our stories with no real kind of strategy of asking for the sale. And this is something that we're quite mindful of. And even now in our business, I do feel that sometimes we forget to do that. Like, we're so concentrated on delivering value. And I think a few people will probably be able to relate. It's also got to come full circle, and we've got to be asking for that sale, haven't we? And not just once, like repetitively asking for that sale.
A ton of times, and also not to feel awkward about it. You are a business. This is what you're here for.
100%. But it's about coming across not in that icky way. To quote a little Love Island phrase there, don't be giving people the ick. You want to be like coming across natural. You want to be coming across in a non-salesy way, in a friendly and helpful way. But if they're showing an interest in your business, open up that conversation. And you've got a conversation. Really great note. Don't voice notes work amazingly well here?
Yes, they do. I mean, I've even video recorded people.
People or yourself? You're just there like video recording people. No, you've recorded yourself, haven't you? And then sent a little quick video.
Not video recorded people. Video recorded things like replies to DMs. That's
yeah, and that's really great. So kind of like a practical example of that would be if you're sat thinking, okay, how do I action that in my business? Would be you've kind of put a poll up. Maybe you've got like 2 different services or 2 different price points or something like that, or 2 different packages, and you can kind of ask people what do they prefer, and then you can kind of go and thank them for answering the poll, asking them kind of about their day, about their wedding.
And do not go straight in and asking for the, have you got the so-and-so service? Build up a bit of a relationship first, smooth them out.
And it is about that rapport, and I feel this strongly because I get this a lot. It is that people that just go in for bam, and I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Sorry, what? Sorry,
who are you?
I find it rude. I find it really rude, and there are ways to do it. Well, the way to do it is to do it in a natural and caring and actually, and want to find out about you.
Like be authentic. So be authentically pleased that people are engaging with your content, and genuinely. We love people engaging with our content, aren't we? So we genuinely will thank people for engaging with our content, thank people for answering our polls, thank people for clicking on to see more of our content, following our stories. And we do that in a number of ways, either via video, or we send like little notes, we send group members, don't we, little thank yous to just say, oh, thank you so much for engaging with our content. And those are genuine because it works like on multi levels. Like the people that are viewing your stories kind of over and over and over, they are your customers. They are like interested in your brand, they're interested in the behind the scenes of your business. So at some point they are perfect for you to be kind of nurturing that sale and getting that sale. But the second part of that is the more engagement that they're giving you, the more it says hello to the algorithms, and tells the algorithm to push out more of your content. So
you are pleasing that algorithm.
Yeah, be genuine and say, hey, like, thanks for liking my content. It's been really, it really helps to kind of other people to see that, or thank you for answering my poll. It's really helping me to work on something in my business. And if you're comfortable sending them a voice note, send a voice note.
Definitely.
It's like a high touch way of connecting with your client, and also it'll be something that your competitors aren't doing, so you can stand out there as well.
Definitely will help you stand out from the crowd, 100%.
Right. Okay. So while we're talking kind of engagement, like one of the best ways in terms of thinking of a content strategy is you're going to need some engagement boosters in that strategy, aren't you? So kind of like the content that is going to appeal to not just your ideal client and really marketing it down just to your ideal client, but a little bit more generic, and the ones that are there to gain traction on your business. So the ones that are there that are going to encourage people to engage with your content, maybe to leave a comment, maybe to like a post. We know the ones that we're talking about, the ones where you're encouraging your followers to comment, tag, interact with your account, which is going to expand your brand to that couple's outer circle, aren't you? Who will then see your content and get your brand seen by like a new base of followers.
That's it. Gets you way more visibility than any other type of post. And this is something that we did learn right back when we had the bridal shop, is that these types of posts are the best.
These are the ones that are going to grow your account. And I don't want you to think in terms of sharing anything that is not wedding related or ideal client related at all. Let that steer clear, mind out of that kind of thing. We need to be sharing and creating captions, creating posts that are going to appeal to a broad range of people who are getting married. These ones don't have to be so honed in on ideal client. They're more your kind of sales posts. But these ones would be like, what's your dream wedding destination? Or tag a bridezilla, or tag a really super organized bridesmaid, something like that. And the people who are going to interact with that content are going to be people who are interested in weddings, people who are kind of getting married, or their kind of circle of people, which is going to help to grow your account to those other sorts of people. That's going to be pushed out, and it's going to be spread your message to brides who might never have discovered your content otherwise.
Exactly that. I mean, you can do things like sharing jokes, sharing funny quotes, or there's a new trend called the ring selfie, like the ones where you've just got married. And I know obviously that's somebody who's just got married, but their circle of friends, they will know people that are getting married. Those types of posts are really, really good as well. Just the ones that are fun, that just create a bit of
I call these like quick wins. These are quick win posts, aren't they? They're the ones, and I hear about the strategy talked about on Reels, right? And we'll bring up Reels because we're talking about Instagram, and it would seem silly not to. But today we're kind of talking about how we can use Instagram to book more weddings. So here's my kind of view on Reels. So Reels are absolutely fantastic at getting your account seen by new people. Absolutely amazing at doing that. So what you need to be having in your mind when you're thinking about kind of a reel strategy is not about how you make your reel go viral by necessarily using kind of jumping on a trend or using a trending audio, unless it is relevant hugely to what you're doing. Because you'll attract people, and we've seen it ourselves when we posted reels that we've kind of done a new take on a trend that we've seen, or we've taken a trend in audio. It just gets pushed out quite a lot to the other people who have used that audio or are also viewing content using that trend. So if lots and lots of people are using that kind of trend, it's getting pushed out to people who aren't really relevant to your business. And if you attract new followers, they're never going to be your ideal client, or they're never going to be the types of client in your area that are going to get married, that are going to book your services, etc. So with your reel strategy, you should always, first and foremost, provide valuable content above it being trending, above it being a trend in audio. It needs to provide value, because then when it does go viral, or then when it does get seen by whatever viral means to you, whether that's 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people, at least it's going to attract the followers who are going to resonate with the content that you're creating, and then turn that into bookings down the line. Because we're not here, guys, like, yes, content creation is part of your marketing strategy, but it's not our full-time job. Like, we are here to provide wedding services and your products and services to couples. That's what we do. So your strategy, whatever, whether you're using reels, whether you're using stories, whether you're using posts, needs to book more couples. Otherwise, like, what are we here for?
What is the point? Yeah.
What is the point?
Great real advice there. Let us know if you use reels, or if it's something you struggle with. I'm really interested to know kind of how you guys are viewing reels, and how you're finding them.
Yeah, like Instagram has got the edge over TikTok. I'm going to say that. Like, in terms of algorithm wise, TikTok, although yes, like Instagram has come, and what I like and don't like about Instagram. So Instagram for me always seems like it's like a kid in a sweet shop, and it's like, it doesn't really know what it wants to be. So it's like, oh,
trying to be all things to all people.
Yeah, TikTok are doing this. We're gonna do our own version of this here too. What Instagram has got right is they're very algorithm led. So TikTok not so much. So when you kind of go, TikTok pushes your content out to kind of anybody and everybody, whereas Instagram at the minute has got the edge in terms of their algorithm and pushing out content to more people who kind of engaging with that. So push out high value, always think value, always think, what value am I bringing to my ideal client? And you won't go wrong.
That's it.
Hashtags.
I was just going to say, shall we talk hashtaggies?
Yeah, I think this is one that kind of confuses people a lot, isn't it? And we've kind of
I think that's Instagram's fault.
Yeah, true.
Thanks, Instagram.
Yeah, there has been some kind of talk, hasn't there? Although quite a while ago now. I think because we've been quite comfortable in the strategy that we use, we wrote it out, didn't we? We were kind of like, told our clients not to panic. We kind of said, right, let's test, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do is test. So for those of you that kind of don't know or don't remember, Instagram kind of made a big hoo-ha about hashtags not so long ago, didn't they? About
hoo-ha, I like that.
Hoo-ha. That you should be only using kind of between 3 and 5.
And that put the, I nearly said swear word. That's
EBGBs. Yeah. Now the thing is with hashtags are kind of one of the only opportunities on Instagram currently for your content to be indexed and seen. So for us, you should always use relevant hashtags. Don't use any more hashtags than are relevant. We don't want you to be hashtagging. If you are a wedding florist, you don't need to be hashtagging in kind of anything that isn't kind of floristry related, or the kind of what is inside of your content, whatever it is that you're posting about. We don't want you to be thinking about tagging locations that don't have any relevance.
Keep it relevant.
To your post. It needs to be relevant to your audience, and that's one of the most important rules for keeping them kind of focused on your business, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And if you are like a service-based business, make sure that you are tagging those relevant locations to where you work in, to the venues that you attend and things like that. But the one thing we would say is, and we do say this all the time, is make sure that you niche those hashtags down.
You don't want to be using like over popular or oversaturated hashtags. And it's really important for you to choose high quality hashtags that help to engage your audience. So you want to review so sorry, like my voice. We were talking before this, weren't we? Like, I'm getting bad hay fever season. Avoid using hashtags like hashtag wedding or hashtag weddings. Like, those hashtags alone have like more than 139 million posts in them. Your content is never going to be seen. It's just going to get swept up in low quality, low engagement posts. So you only get 30 per post, and you want to use them really sensibly. And even though they've got like, you might think, oh my word, it's a really popular hashtag. It's obviously popular, like loads of people must be viewing it. The conversion like element of that and the quality leads that will bring, first of all, like the chances of your content coming up on kind of the explore page for any of those hashtags is really minimal. But then the conversion rate of them is going to be much, much higher if you're using more niche down hashtags at all than kind of those big ones.
When I think about the clients that, in fact, I'm going to say pretty much all of the clients that we work with in the past when it comes to like helping with Instagram support, hashtags are something that once you get the hashtags right, it can literally like improve your account and your bookings so much. It can get you out there like amazingly. It's amazing.
Yeah. One of the other things to kind of mention is for you to be using kind of local hashtags as well. And we see this a lot. And that will definitely improve your booking rate. You need to have a good content strategy paired with a good hashtag strategy as well. So like if you're a wedding venue based in the Midlands, it's going to make much more sense for you to be using kind of hashtags of your location than for you to be just using like hashtag England wedding venues or English brides. Because brides searching for kind of relevant venues in the Midlands will then discover your account and your page when they're searching for locations in your area. So you want to like focus on kind of those location-based hashtags within your area of operation. So if you are a wedding supplier based in the Midlands, you want to be thinking about kind of the hashtags in your kind of location, and also where you are willing to travel as a supplier as well. And that's really important for you to know, isn't it? Wherever your couple's coming from, a lot of people will say, oh, I'm based in kind of Bedfordshire, but my couples, you know, a lot of the couples that I work with are kind of like the outskirts of London brides. And so that's the target that I'm going for. So those are the hashtags that you want to be kind of incorporate into your content.
Yeah, what I do find is that I think hashtags are really underutilized, and they come as an afterthought when content's being posted on Instagram, where actually you should have a solid hashtag strategy from the off. It's not like, oh, okay, I've sorted my image, I've got my caption, oh gosh, now I've got to think about hashtags, and sometimes it can be a little bit like pulling teeth. But if you do the research beforehand, save them in notes in your phone. Obviously, like don't copy and paste every single one for every single post that you put out there, but have them ready to go, and it will, one, save you so much time, two, help you with your hashtag strategy, and that it's already done. You're going to get way more visibility than kind of doing it as an afterthought.
100%. And the thing that we will say is that you've got to test them. Like, there's no point picking some hashtags and thinking, oh yeah, that's great, I'm just going to use these ones in my area. It could be a hashtag that's 5 minutes down the road that works way better for you. So test them out, have a look at your content, go into your insights, see where your followers are coming from, see where those visits to your profile are coming from. Are they good quality leads? Are they then sending you DMs? Are they then giving you a follow? Are they going over to view your content on your website? But you can go into your insights and you can check where people are finding your content. So just go to the hashtag part and start to keep a track of it. Start to write down and keep a track and see where people are coming from.
It can tell you so much. I think a lot of people are quite scared to hit that insight button, but go and have a look. Just the more you use it, the more familiar you're going to be, and you can actually see like the content that's working well, the hashtags that are working well, or the ones that aren't working so well. It helps you put a picture together, so you're not doing things blind, and it is an amazing tool to be able to access, actually.
Yeah, not just for your hashtags, like you say, for your content strategy, all of it. Like the insights for stories is getting better and better and better as well. And I'm quite often like just and I don't write it all down, but you'll get a feel naturally, won't you, for what content is performing better, what people are engaging and resonating with, whether that's over on your stories or on your posts as well. So another way to kind of be booking more weddings on using Instagram is going to be about building relationships, isn't it? So we talked about this in terms of a story strategy a little bit earlier on. But this is so important, especially like these people could be newly engaged. They might never have heard of your business before. So building relationships with your followers is going to be a step in the right direction for developing leads for your business on Instagram. So it's never too early to start, is it?
Never, ever too early. And I think the best way of building these kind of natural relationships with your potential clients is to be approachable, relatable. You don't have to be anything that you're not, but you've just got to show your personality and make like lovely connections. It's as simple as that, really.
Yeah, make people feel valued as well. So a great way to kind of create a connection with somebody is to show up on camera. So whether you post a picture to your grid and it's a static picture, whether you're comfortable speaking on stories, whether you do an IGTV, whether you record a reel, or whether you simply use your face as your Instagram kind of logo picture. Humans crave human connection, and kind of there is nothing more kind of engaging, and we try this metric out often, don't we? Whereas we'll share a picture of a smiley face, a human face, and it normally outperforms to a rate of around 80%.
This is huge, absolutely.
Compared to a post that'll have no kind of human face in it. So there is that kind of element in terms of like an easy way to kind of build that kind of relationship and that connectivity with your audience through a phone. That's initially what we're doing, through a static piece of content. But also another really important thing to do is to reply to your comments. So this is super important, especially we are about to go into a crazy busy season. You probably are thinking about, if you haven't already thought about scheduling some content going forward. So it isn't just a case of scheduling out and thinking, okay, fantastic, that's done. I don't have to pick my phone up for 6 weeks because I'm busy doing now other things. I'm going on holiday to Wales for a week. I'm not gonna be able to. It's done. I don't need to think about it.
No signal in the middle of a field.
But it is about kind of re-engaging, so engaging with people who are engaging with your content, following people back who follow your business, and go and engaging with their content as well. And this is important whether it's a wedding business, another wedding business that engages with content, or a newly engaged couple. And it's definitely worth mentioning that networking doesn't have to just be done inside of a room at a networking event. It's also can bring leads into your business for you to be engaging with other businesses' accounts. So having good relationships with good local suppliers in your area, commenting on their posts on Instagram, that'll come back round to you as well. They'll start sharing your content. They'll start following your content as well. And think of that as like spreading kind of like breadcrumbs of your business around, so that when people are kind of viewing other people's content, or your ideal client is looking for somebody who makes beautiful signs and you're a florist, go and think about the other businesses that are working with your ideal client and kind of
sprinkle your
breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
I was worried about
a better word.
Yeah, I was worried about what you were going to say. I was worried about, but and build relationships with those suppliers. Build relationships with future kind of leads as well. So like when you receive comments on your photos, and when you receive replies to your stories, when you receive kind of interactions with your polls, comments on your reels, ensure you take the time to reply. And it's something you can do kind of every few days if you want to. If you want to take a social media break, that's okay. But you do need to be thinking of it as like, these people are future leads for your business.
And what I would say on this is, make sure it comes across as genuine. Please, if you're going to do it, just do it in a way that is natural and genuine to you. And also make sure that you're giving an opportunity for them to reply back. I mean, it's fantastic that you're going to go and do it, but don't just put, oh yeah, that's great. But what a waste of time. Sorry, but I see it all the time, not with wedding businesses, but just with like businesses in general. And I think, oh, well, you've just shut that conversation down before you even started. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. So while we're talking about networking, kind of like also think about your content. Shout out to kind of other suppliers that have helped you on that wedding, suppliers that you met at the wedding, local partners, venues as well. And also there is a collab feature on Instagram now. So you can naturally collaborate with another wedding supplier and tag them in your content, and then that can then be shared by that other wedding supplier as well. This is great if you work on style shoots together, but also as well, something that we do notice that a lot of wedding suppliers miss is that they're not the only supplier providing a service for that wedding. There'll be like 20 other people. And it's just about having a process in your business, and we talk about this when we talk about onboarding clients, and an onboarding process and an offboarding process for your business and your client journey, is making sure that you know who the other suppliers were in making that wedding come together, and having a process in your business where you can at least get the venue and the photographer, at least, and then you can start to create connections with those people as well. And that will often result in you being promoted or featured on those accounts.
Oh, won't it really? Because if you've done kind of the hard work for them, you've put the post together, you've tagged them, they're gonna be like, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, and this works whether all the way down. So like if you supplied the outfits and the venue were sharing pictures of the wedding day, it's just great for you to be able to just be able to have that information to hand. And it's a really great way to get your profile linked and increase your follower base organically as well.
Go and check out your tagged section on your Instagram feed, because there might be posts in there that you didn't even know about.
Yeah, and their connections and stuff. And I see this work really well as well. So weddings that you have done, make sure you tag the venue. So when you share the wedding that you've been a part of, or you share your past clients, or you share even if you've got something quite static to share, maybe you're a stationer and that and you've just provided the invitations and that's it, you haven't kind of done any of the on the day stuff, you can still tag the wedding venue that the couple got married in when you're congratulating them on their wedding day. That's a really non-salesy way to sell, because when other people are checking out that venue, your post will come up, and that will narrow down kind of the competition that you're playing with hugely, because your post is going to come up while the couple are one of the earliest like things that they're ticking off their list, which is the venue right at the beginning, isn't it?
It is. So I think there we've given you, I don't even know how many tips, we just kept going.
Well,
We just
we've given you some tips to kind of think about you increasing and to help you increase your wedding bookings on Instagram. And this is all we kind of do, isn't it? We pull kind of all of these things together, which would create a content schedule, which would create a schedule. So yeah, we talked about selling, we talked about content, we talked about stories, we talked about getting people to know you behind the business, location tagging, and all of that as well. If you are interested in getting your hands on some fab content, we're going into a really busy time for wedding suppliers, aren't we, Roxy? And even if not, like, I've got a holiday booked and also some time off with the kids. Like, the juggle is going to be real, isn't it, over the next few months? And we want to make sure that you are armed with everything you need. This came from a very real kind of experience that we had as wedding professionals, where we were constantly kind of in this juggle between so busy with kind of the selling and in our business with replying to brides in the bridal shop, with kind of ensuring the orders were coming in, ensuring the orders were going out, appointments, and kind of fulfilling all those roles in our business, that we kind of fell slack on the marketing side, didn't we?
And then you kind of just go, oh, okay, I've got all of that out of the way, and then you think, oh, do you know what I haven't done? I haven't done like my Instagram, I've got a blog.
And that comes with like periods of like massive abundance, but then desert dry, doesn't it? And that's not good for building a sustainable business. And we kind of came up with the idea for Content Club, which, guys, we're giving you a free 7-day trial of, in order to stop this kind of cycle. It was kind of two things, isn't it? It was that kind of where it's kind of, you've got all of these inquiries coming in, and it's great, and you're working in the business, and then you just don't have the time to kind of...
Naturally, things like fall to the back of your mind, and then you think, oh no, I haven't done it.
Yeah, and then stop that burnout as well. Like, we got into the wedding industry to serve our clients. That's what we got into the wedding industry for, you know? You didn't get into the wedding industry to be glued to your laptop 24/7, working on marketing content for your business.
I used to schedule posts for the bridal shop when I chuck the kids in the bath. I'd literally sit on the loo with my iPad and be like, okay, I'll just schedule some posts. When really, you want to be present in the moment.
That's it. And to stop that kind of burnout. And in today's age, my word, like, aren't we just expected to be like 20, 30, 40 different things? We're supposed to be in all the places. So we don't want you for marketing to fall by the wayside while you're either going into a busy season right now. We're going to be heading into the summer season, or whether you're just taking a little bit of time off work,
whatever it is,
we've created a Content Club, which basically is we've got kind of more than 10 years experience within the wedding industry. We have built up communities, multiple communities, haven't we, Roxy? We understand how to build audiences, and every single one of you listening will have an audience surrounding your business, whether you know it or you don't know it. You do.
Or you don't like the words or whatever, you definitely have.
You definitely have. And you're building up an audience around your business and around your product. That's what we're strong with. We're strong with social media. We're strong with wedding business marketing, aren't we? And what we wanted to do was pull together kind of a service and a project to help wedding professionals kind of just get ahead of their marketing game.
That's it, yeah.
So inside you'll find done for you templates, done for you captions. We've kind of taken all the hard work out of there for you. The spaces for you to put in kind of information to make it unique to your business. They're all editable so that you can kind of go in and chop and change and stamp your personality all over them.
Stamp on it, yeah.
And you can edit them in like 2 minutes, can't you? It's so quick and easy. They're all up to date. You get a fresh content drop every single month, which keeps it really relevant. Anything that's kind of trending, it's all kept on top of for you, so you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief with all of that stuff kind of coming off your shoulders as well.
Loads of variety in there as well, isn't there? There's like every type of wedding business that you can think of.
And I think the important thing to think about, although yes, we're very social media heavy focused today, is that just having a strategy on social media does not create a sustainable business. So aside from the fact that we're going to give you social media content, We also give you blog content as well. So if you're somebody at home that thinks, oh my word, I'd love to have a blog, only high-end wedding professionals have blogs, only the kind of top-end suppliers, that's not true at all. Like, a blogging strategy is really important, and for anybody that's listening to the pod for a really long time will know that the subject of blogging comes up quite often. So we have pulled together, you get the choice of kind of 5 blogs every single month that you can kind of edit, chop and change, add bits to, include kind of keywords, your own keywords in there. But all of the research has been done for you. They're really keyword driven as well to help you beat Google, which is always amazing. And then also as well, we give you a lead magnet every single month, so you can kind of capitalize in on the people who are hitting your website. The people are hitting your website and then leaving your website without taking action. You want to be getting their details exactly the same as you want to be doing at a wedding fair. So as people walk past your stand, you know, that's an opportunity that you could have retargeted that person and remarketed to that person. So we give you one of those, we built it, we take all the marketing jargon from you. And not only, all free, guys, we're going to pop the link below, all free. You get to go and check this out for 7 days. Go and have a look behind the scenes and go and see what we're kind of offering you. Not only do you get all of that as well, you also get me and Roxy inside of a community of other wedding pros who are using this product. And we do things like content planning sessions, accountability sessions. We do masterclasses on all sorts of different marketing strategies for your business. So you can kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit and let us kind of take over in terms of a content schedule, a content strategy, editable templates, posts, etc., that you can just kind of plug and play into your business, but also take your foot off the gas of needing to be on top of everything all of the time,
which is let's be honest, it's impossible to do forever. It's not sustainable long term for you to be spinning all the plates all of the time. So just let us take the pressure off, and that is what we created this product for, because we felt it ourselves, didn't we? We're like, this needs to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can help you do that.
And you just expect it, and we want to give you time back in your business to do whatever you dang want to do.
Whether it's a spa day, which I quite like actually at the minute, or like you're stacked with weddings, or you want to go on holiday, or you just want a day at home where you've not got to think about
and the people that are using it tell us that they get us, they get this community, so they come inside, they get us holding their hands and the accountability for them to be able to ask us any questions. But they tell us, like, the people that have been in there for a little while now will tell us that they kind of have a day where they schedule their content, they sort out their blogs, and then all they need to do is go in and reply to comments, go in and engage and spend 10 minutes a day maybe, or kind of some of them kind of even go and schedule out their blogs for kind of the next 6 months. And they think, okay, fab, I don't need to touch my website now for the next 6 months. That's going to have new content for Google to crawl. That's going to be kind of working its magic, all the algorithm magic in the background. So
we'll 7-day free trial.
7-day. We'll pop a link into the show notes. There's only kind of 35 spaces on that, isn't there?
Yes,
So there's 35 spaces. We keep, every time we open this up, we keep the pool really small, just because of the nature of what's inside, and so that we can kind of deliver the best masterclasses and deliver the best content for the professionals that join us. So there's 35 free spaces. I'm falling over my words today. 35 free spaces available for 7 days. Go and have a look. Go and check it out behind the scenes. Cancel anytime, isn't it? You don't need to be no long contracts whatsoever. But the wedding businesses inside really value it, don't they?
They do. They absolutely love it and rave about it. And honestly, like, go in our community and ask about the content club. You will hear from peeps that are like, yes,
yeah, absolutely. And and that's what it's about. And finally, as well, lots of stuff going on in the world at the minute. Lots of stuff regarding kind of it's tough out there. We absolutely know it. But one thing that you do need to consistently do within your business, and I say this from experience because years ago we had a similar sort of thing in the bridal shop where bookings were kind of slowing up. We had uncertainty over Brexit. People were spending less money. It is so important that you keep marketing your business.
Keep
showing up and marketing your business, that you do not stop doing that. So if you're it does go without saying that the people that do invest in this time, and we're not talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, unless you're at that space where you are investing. We're investing that sort of money now in terms of the stuff that we want to take forward in our business and where we're kind of directing our business. But this is a very low cost investment for those people that want to stay. It's like £12 a month. So that's,
and you get all the content, all the community, and all of our brain. Like you get
and the masterclasses and everything. And like you say, the content on its own is worth it. Somebody said to us, like, having one blog post written for them a month is worth it, and we've costed it all out. The amount of kind of value we'll leave it below for you, so you can go and check it out. But please, whether you decide to join us, don't decide to join us, keep showing up, keep investing in your business. You can invest time, you can invest money, but keep marketing your business. Right now, the worst thing you can do is to pause everything that you know is going to bring you leads in the future.
That's right.
Really lovely to chat to you. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Go and book more weddings using Instagram. Let's utilize the time that you're spending on it properly. And yeah, go smash it.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.